Hi guys, it's Kat from Perfectly Imperfect Crafts. I am here to share a flip through of the journal that I've been working on. It's the one I've been working on when I go live on Thursday nights. This one runs from April 1st to April 21st, 2019. It is a cardstock cover that I added scrap paper to, and I did the stitching around it. There's the side and there's the back, and this was all scraps except for this, and this was actually a piece of ephemera that I had in my stash. Inside this first page is a paper clip flower that my friend Rebecca made, and this is a, I'm gonna get it off of there, postcard or seed card from, it's called Far Mirage on Etsy, and then it has my journaling on it. And then I love this little ticket because it said 1 and it was for April 1st. Oops, give me the frame. And then my quote for the day was, sometimes the people who are miles away from you can make you feel better than the people who are right beside you. And then this is a little pocket, and this is a little mini envelope that I loved. And then here is a napkin that I decoupaged onto the paper, and there's layered papers in behind it, and then layers of washi tape, Tsunami Rose flower, and the flower here has Winka Stella on it, and then I outlined it in black ink. The bird is also on that same napkin, and I Winka Stella the bird. It says the number 2 here for April 2nd, and a little piece of trim I just thought was cute. And it says fly high, and it says don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind, be led by the dreams in your heart. This page is just very simple. It's the rest of the napkin that I put onto a pocket, and then we have my journaling there, and then this is a little envelope that doesn't have anything in it. Simple Rose, I can't remember where I got this one from, but I know it is not Tsunami Rose. This is one of her words. It says brave, and then up here I wrote, if you believe in it, then fight for it. This is one of my all-time favorite pages. I used a mailing envelope. I glued this image into the inside behind the plastic, and then sewed around it and made it a flip out. And then there's a beautiful Tsunami Rose. This is one of her telegrams that she has in her digital kits. And then behind it I said, be honest in your life. It creates positive energy, stopping all unfairness through life. And then I wrote, it's a Tsunami Rose word. It says honesty. And there's a layer of lace, some cotton fabric, and then this little flower with a little pearl on it. And this is a vintage postcard that Rebecca sent me. And it, whoops, upside down. It is from, it's sent in Texas from September 7th. And the year was 1909. And it's just some layered book page behind the paper, some washi tape, and then this is holding it, keeping it from going out the bottom. This is a copy of some vintage book page, April 5th, some washi tapes. This is a collage of some ephemera that I had, and the word delightful, and then it says, love is the flower you've got to let grow. And I just put some little trim here and stapled it on, and it tucks in there. This one is a guest check that I altered, sewing this image. I believe that is from Digital Collage Club. This is Tsunami Rose, and one of her words says generous. This is some beautiful trim that I got somewhere. And then over here we have a picture from Digital Collage Club a Prima flower, some more trim, a little ticket, a piece of ephemera that I wrote the date on, which was April 6th. And it says, conquer the angry by not getting angry. Conquer the wicked by goodness. Conquer the stingy by generosity. And the liar by speaking the truth. And then this striped paper is from K & Company. And this was a piece that Rhonda sent me. This page is just a layer of things that I found beautiful. This is a piece of paper that I run through an embossing folder a long time ago and didn't use. Got some washi tapes. This is a cutout from, I'm not sure where, it was in my stash. This is washi tape, ledger paper, and this is a piece of one of Tsunami Rose's printables. And then this is a quote by Victoria Erickson that says, a free spirit isn't a rebel. A free spirit is simply free within itself, radiating their light up and out to breathe the sweet medicine of new rhythms and roads into an often stagnant world. And it says, you don't need to follow the molds of time. Do your own thing. That was my own quote. And then this is the flip out of this beautiful vintage lady. I believe I got her off the internet, Google. And then this quote says, maybe it's not supposed to be easy for you. Maybe you're one of those rare few who can handle the times and still handle hard times and still choose to be a loving person. Maybe it's going how it's going because you were built for it. Don't stress a thing. It's going to work out because you're not going to stop putting in the work. Rob Hilser. This was April 8th. And this back page here is one of the blank pages in an antique book from the 1880s. And then this is a printout from Tsunami Rose, I believe. This page is a book page pocket that I made, and it's got Digital Collage, Graphics Fairy. This is from Junk Journal Junkies. This is from a paper pad. And this is just some paper that, I love this paper. It's from K & Company. I just thought it's gorgeous. And then this is from Mirage. And it's onto antique music paper. It says, nature is not a place to visit. It is a life. It is life. And this is just washi tape, and this was from April 9th. This is the butterflies are from Digital Collage Club, and the word is from, the Pretty Perfect is from Calico Collage, I believe. And then the number 10 is from a paper pad that I like. And at this background, I used markers, like normal markers, like this one, and I just swished it all over my desktop, sprayed it down with water, and then laid my papers down on it. Got these beautiful colors. And this is a Tsunami Rose, and it says, minds are like flowers. They open only when the time is right. And then this flips out. Not sure where that printable is, but probably Tsunami Rose. And then here is just a piece of that paper that I colored with my my journaling on it, and I can add more journaling to it if I want. Because once I make these books, I can go back and I can add any date so I want to it and journal anything I want to. This one, this is just a collage of different papers I had in my scrap bin. It's April 11th, and it says, the fact of life is that pain and pleasure reside side by side. Just like the rose and the thorns, you cannot have one without the other. And then I made this out of a square doily, and I made it into like a little envelope shape. This is some trim that I had, and these are little flat back. This background paper here is from Antique Paperie, and there's a little tag in it. And then I made this beautiful tag. I love it. And you can journal on the back of it. This one is a smile is the best makeup. And that's just to remind you that smiling is very important. It says blessing here. This is made out of a different type of doily, and I made it into a pocket and sewed it around it. It's got this beautiful image of a vintage lady, and I just stuck a little piece of washi tape there. Thought it was cute. This is from Tsunami Rose. This is from Deb Robinson, and I'm not sure where I got these, but they're not Tsunami Rose. And then the background here is napkin. This image here is from the Digital Collage Club. You all know I speak of it often. I love that site. April 13th, this is some vintage music paper, a piece of lace that I had, and then inside here is my journaling. And I don't show all of my journaling because it's my private journaling if I do other than this. And my quote for this day is placed upon this paper from Antique Paperie. It says, on particularly rough days when I'm sure I cannot possibly endure, I like to remind myself that my track record for getting through bad days so far is 100%, and that's pretty good. And that is a quote from Vinnie Genovese. I don't know how you say that. And then this page I love because I got a letter in the mail probably a few days before I actually put it in the journal, but from a good friend of mine from my church was cleaning out some books, and she found this piece, and it was artwork from my daughter from when she was a little girl. And you know, she's a junior in college now. So, but this washi with the key I put here because keys are one of her favorite things. She loves skeleton keys, and my friend Rebecca sent me that. So my friend Joyce, she copied the artwork onto paper and then wrote a letter at the bottom of it. So I tore the letter apart, made a pocket from the artwork, and made a tag out of the letter. And then this was on the back of the envelope. This was the stamp. And so this was all made out of Happy Mail. It says, friendship, blessed with a wonderful friend who would take the time to copy and mail a drawing done by my daughter in church as a young girl. Blessed with the memories to last a lifetime. I don't ever remember seeing this, but it's signed by Ashley and her printing, and just, I love it. It means a lot to me. This page is Digital Collage, no, Antique Paperie. I just absolutely love it because we all know I love butterflies. It says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And then over here we have just some paper that I found on Google, and I printed it out because I wanted to rip it up. Some washi tape, a little rose, a tag. It says sassy. And then my friend Rebecca made this tag, and I wrote on it, it says, like a butterfly, we must all change. Nothing ever stays the same. Change is a good thing. And she had stamped all these butterflies on it. And this butterfly's Digital Collage. And then this page, this is some more of the Antique Paperie paper. And some layered up washi tapes and scraps of coffee dye or tea dyed paper. It says, let no one discourage your ambitious attitude. You don't need a fan club to achieve your goals. Be your own motivation. April 16th. And it is so true. This one is a page from, it has some Wind in the Willows words from the text block of it, and then just layered butterflies. This is that Antique Paperie again, and my quote on this day was, love is like a butterfly. It's from a Dolly Parton song. And then Digital Collage Club, butterflies everywhere. And I made this little pocket. It's a double pocket. And then this, I believe, is, I'm not going to say because I don't know. This is from a paper pad. And it says the things I love about us. And this was about my husband. It says, you complete me and we make each other laugh. And I will add more to that as the days go by. This is some more of that antique book page behind there. Here we have a layered piece. There's some trims. April 18th, there's some graph paper, just different scraps of different papers that I have. But this one, it looks like it's antique paperie. Tsunami Rose that I put Winkestella all over. Make it sparkly. Some gold washi tape. And then some more of that antique papery paper and some more grid paper. And I did some stamping there, if you can see that. It says, when you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control the way you respond to what's happening. That's where your papper is. That's how many times do we respond badly. This page, I love this page. This page is not so much my favorite, but, you know, we all have that. But it says, children are happy because they don't have a file in their minds called things that could go wrong. Marianne Williamson. And, you know, I think that's so true, because kids, they don't stop to think about, oh, I can't do that because it might not work great. It says, then I wrote in quote, parentheses over here, find your childlike adventure. And then this image is from Tsunami Rose, and I just outlined it in trims, and this eyelash trim, and these little flat back pearls, some washi tape, and then I made this bow out of my favorite kind of ribbon, that little like organza, or really not sure what kind of material it is. And I'm not sure where I got this paper. This is some more of that antique book that I copied, and it says, never stay down when you have fallen. And I just sprayed some inks on it here and did some doodles around it. This is a stamp that I watercolored and then layered up different papers. It says, we fall, we break, we fail, but then we rise, heal, and we overcome. And this paper was punched with a Frisker's punch, I believe. And then this is the last page is April 21st, 2019. And I wrote, grow through what you go through. And there's just beautiful flowers. These are Far Mirage. And this one, I believe, it came off, my friend Jan sent me a file for. And then I wrote on the very last page is another insert filled with my favorite papers, pictures, and beautiful quotes. Started with December daily and still going strong. It's April 21st and I'm moving on to the next journal insert. So, you know, for me, that is a huge accomplishment. My goal was to do this every day through the December 31st, 2019. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I hope you got some ideas. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd love to have you visit my channel. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.